Hi there, so today in this video I'm going to be working on page 90. Um, as you can hear, I'm doing a voiceover, so that's a little bit new for everybody. The way I saw it is kind of having my video is not having any sound, it's kind of like having a blank space, and I just kind of want to fill it up, and I didn't really want to do music because, YouTube's really strict about music copyrights and all of that, and I could do non-copywritten music, but I mean, it all sounds so garbagey and boring, to be honest. Um, so yeah, I just decided I could, talk about stuff. I'm not really 100% sure what I should talk about for this video. So maybe pop down and give me some ideas, something you'd want me to talk about. Um, I'm open to most ideas. I'm not really gonna get into super personal stuff. I'm not gonna like tell you my email address or anything stupid. So just, keep that in mind. Keep it more about art rather than anything else. Um, One thing I will talk about for this video, I suppose, I do live in Nebraska, and we are experiencing some record flooding. I'm not really in an affected area, but my family is. The small town they live in right now is it's essentially an island. They can't leave. It's not flooding. They don't need to be evacuated or anything. I mean, but they can't even if they want to because the roads are flooded. And then a lot of the county roads are just washed out, so they can't even take some sort of secret back route to leave. Um, so that's interesting. That's like not a thing that I normally think about. Like, oh, I can't get to my family. Like that's kind of surreal and odd. Um, my little brother can't go to school right now because teachers can't get to the building. Other students can't go to the school. So that's another surreal kind of experience. So they're gonna tack on his school days at the end of the school year. So that's kind of it's gonna stink. He's gonna be going to school till June. Um, yeah. So there's a lot of flooding. Um, it's weird. I'm in the middle of a water shortage here in the city I live in. Or not a shortage, but like we're under water restriction. We're not supposed to use a ton of water. Um, so that means shorter showers less often. There's like a funny list that they posted on ways we could like save water, and one of the ones was like put off doing laundry, and I'm like, yes, I always put off doing laundry. And then another one was um, something about dishes, like don't run your dishwasher. It's like I don't even have a dishwasher. That's totally fine. Um, yeah, they're like put off doing dishes for, X amount of time. Another tip was like have a designated water cup for the whole day. It's like, who doesn't do that? I don't really know anybody that uses a different water glass every single time they get water. And if you do that, I mean, that's cool. I think you're weird though. Um, I have like a this might be gross and weird, but like I have like the same mug that I use for like a week for like coffee, but my mom does that, so I think I learned that from her. Drink this, and I use the same spoon too, like same mug, same spoon for like a week. Oh, the mug in the video actually, that really ugly, colorful one. They're big, that's why I use them, but yeah, they're big and colorful, but they hold a lot of coffee. That's why I like them. I actually have four. They're exactly the same. One has a chip in it, but other than that, they're all exactly the same. I don't really like them, but I just like how big they are. Um, yeah. What was it talking about? Like water restrictions? Oh yeah, and then my work, we're supposed to like businesses are supposed to use like 25% less water or something. So like we're doing like little things, but like nothing substantial. It's kind of actually super difficult to save water as a business, especially if the business you work at needs to do dishes or, wash the floors, just like basic things like that you don't really think about until you're like, oh, we're apparently supposed to save water now. It'd be like saving electricity because there's a lot of areas in my building that would just be pitch black without any electricity at all. And I know because I've been there during a power outage or two. Or actually, how many power outages have we had? Well, I think at least two. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not underwater or anything. As you can see, I'm doing perfectly fine in my neighborhood. Oh yeah, I filmed this during 2 different days. The brown hoodie was first day. I did all the line art and then I went to work and then I'm on my day off, so I can do whatever, and that's why I can spend a little bit more time on the screen toning. I feel like I just have more energy for the toning if I split up the line art and then the tone process. Like I do more detailed shading and stuff if I split it up and just say I can spend the whole day toning if I want. I didn't really spend the whole day toning. It was actually, this is like a shorter page even though I put a lot of work into it. I'm not sure how I managed that. I did change the blade for my knife, so that helps. You kind of just glide through things a lot easier if the blade is new. It makes a different sound on the paper. It's hard to describe, but when it's new, it makes this sound and it like has this feeling in my hand. It kind of like it's kind of unpleasant because the blade doesn't go through the paper, but it touches the paper, so it has this like weird grainy sensation of like sort of slicing, but not really. So I actually prefer the blade when it's like it's been used a few times. So not brand new, but like not old either. Just like in between there is the best. I messed up on the line art like a ton. Maybe because I was trying to rush to go to work and get this done before I had to go to work yesterday. My chair squeaks, by the way. That's all this horrible sounds. Notice my very fashionable acid wash jacket. And I'm also wearing a vintage shirt underneath. I'm very fashionable, even though you cannot see me very well. I'm also wearing my vintage boots, even though the only thing I did today, other than this page, was I went to the post office to pick up a record. So yeah. Yeah, the record I picked up was Sari Ishikawa. She's a Japanese musician. I want to say she's half American or something, but she's half like of European descent. But I only know that because it was in her biography. It's not like I know that just by looking at her. But the album I picked up has like a really pretty title. It's called "In the City of Stardust." I'm like, that's so dramatic. Came out in like 1981. It's pretty cute. I don't know. It's not one of my favorites of hers. But I've been really into 80s clothes and music lately. I was really into 70s stuff for like the longest time, so then I just like progressed one decade. I'm like, now I'm all about the 80s. I don't really get into 80s hair though. I know a lot of people that do vintage clothes, like they want to do like the vintage hair, vintage undies, vintage everything. I'm just like, no, I just want like some cute coats and shirts, and I don't really like 80s pants very much. The boots are pretty rad though. I like these.